Hi everyone. Today we'll go over on how to set up a GitHub repo specifically for Unity. Now, the main difference between this one and a normal repo is that the structure of the files in Unity and some special files like the .meta files, together with the scene files that are not easily modifiable when you're looking at conflicts, make it so that you have to set it up in a special way. Now, this setup basically just consists of doing some hooks, some git config modifications, and setting in those config modifications, setting up the correct merge tool. Now, to get started, what you have to do is access the little link that you'll get when you're invited to the project. And once you click it, you'll get into a page that looks exactly like this, right? And you'll see assets package, project settings, a git attributes, git config, git ignore, and a readme. Now, the readme covers basically what we'll be covering over in this video, but this video already assumes that you have GitHub desktop install, or if you're using the command line, that you have installed git LFS. Right? It assumes that you already have access to the project because you submitted your username and we have giving you access to the project, and it assumes that you have set up the single sign-on if you need that. So let's get started. So the first part is we'll just modify the git config. To that, we first need to get the project. So to get the project, you'll just have to go here in code, and the easiest way is just to click here, open with GitHub Desktop. Now, you might get a little pop-up on Chrome that says allow this link to proceed or something like that, and you want to click yes to that. The reason I didn't pop up for me is that I already get permanent access to Git for that. And after that, all you have to do here is clone. Now, the other way of doing this is you go here to code and you copy this link, and then you go back to your GitHub desktop, you go file, clone repo, you click on URL, and then you can paste that URL. After that, you can just set up the local path, which is exactly where the repo will be hosting your machine. And all you want to do there is clone. It'll clone it, and it will ask you if you want to initialize GitLFS, and you want to initialize GitLFS. Now, what GitLFS is a large file system. It basically allows Git to also commit and push large files, like for example your assets. So that's why you need this specifically when working with Unity. So you want to initialize that. Okay, and after you have initialized Git LFS, what you want to do is modify your global Git config. So for that, we just want to get to this file where the file path where this is stored. So for that, we just click here and show in Explorer, and it'll take you here, and you'll see that we have the exact same things that you have here, with the exception of this .git, right? And that .git is a hidden file, and here it covers how to open hidden files for Windows and Mac. I'll do it for Windows because I'm on Windows. So all you have to do here is go View, and you want to go to Show Hide, and you want to tick hidden files. If I untick it, you'll see that hidden file disappears. Right? So now inside of this hidden file, you want to go into your config, and you want to open with your text editor of preference. All right, and then you want to go back to the README, and then you want to copy all of this. Okay, and what this is doing is setting up a merge tool. You don't want to use the standard merge tool because the scene files are not handled well with standard merge tools. So here we're setting that up, and basically what it says is you want to replace this right here, right here, this part right here, with the specific path, and the path will vary for Windows, Mac, or Linux, and it will vary if you install Unity somewhere else. If you install it somewhere else, it won't be here. You'll have to look for it. But by default, these are the default files. So what you want to do is, in my case, for example, I'll just copy all the way here because it says version. So this is where it will change, and it happens also for Mac and Linux. So we want to find out what version it is. We can just copy that, open a new file explorer. You can just paste that, and now this ones have double bars, so make sure to delete those extra bars, and we can click. And I have multiple versions of Unity. You hopefully will just have one, but in case you have multiple, this is how it looks. And then this is for 2021, so we'll just click here in 2021, And we'll copy this part right here. Copy. And we'll paste it here where it says version. Okay. And now we'll copy this whole path. And we'll paste it right here as this path to Unity YML merge, including those two things right here. All right, and that's how it should look. Now we can see where this is exactly in your project, and it's basically just an executable. If you go editor, then you go data, then tools, and then you can just scroll down, and here you see you have your Unity YML merge, and this is the merge tool we'll be using. Okay, so after you've done that, all you need to do is save, and you can close this. And the benefit of putting it in this config versus this config is that the config inside of the hidden files is your local config, which means it won't affect your teammates because your teammates might have a different path. So that's why you want it on your local config and not on your on the repo's general git config. Okay. So after we set that, we'll stay here inside of the hidden folder, and we'll go here into hooks, right? And then it says you want to add some post and merge scripts into the hooks folder. So you want to go into the get hidden folder and into hooks, and then you can just open this one's in new tabs, all right? And then you just want to download this file. So I have a Git downloader, so that's why I can have this button here that says download. You might not have that. In case you don't have that, you can just get them from Canvas. I have already downloaded them, so you can see here's the pre-commit and the post merge, right? So once you have those, then you can just click here and drag them in here. That will be one, and then this will be the other. Okay? After you drag those two files in there, the next step is just to open your project in Unity. So for that, you'll just open Unity Hub, and then you'll just do add project from disk. Okay, and then this is where you can just go here and show an explorer, and you can just copy this. Okay, and you can just paste it. Okay, and then you want to go one folder back and find that name again. So it will be this one. I'm going to click add. Okay, and it's right here. So now I can just open it. Right, and the reason why we're opening it is because when I created the your specific project, I created with 2021, but whatever 2021 version I had in my computer. So your team will have a different 2021, right? Your team might have 2021.3.5 F2 or something like that. So the reason why you want to open it is so that you make all of those. The Unity will automatically make some changes when there's a version difference. And after it makes those changes, you want to save, and then you want to commit those changes. Across your team, you want to make sure you have the exact same editor version, down to the last number. If you don't have all of them, all the same version, then just agree on one and everybody download that one. Okay? After you open the project, it'll basically just be an empty project, and all you want to do here is save project. You want to close it. And GitHub might say there's some changes if there's different version. In our case, because I had set it up with the same version that I have inside here, there will be no changes to push. But basically, if there is, then you just want to add a summary like updated to 2021 point exactly whatever version you have, and you just want to hit here commit, and then you will see this change from fetch origin to push, and you just want to click that push. And after that is done, it will basically just fill a little bar right here. After that is done, then you have set up your project for yourself. Everybody in your team has to go through this process. Once everybody has gone through this process, you're welcome to start working on your project, and this will help you a lot sync your progress throughout. If you have any questions, please reach out to us via email. And that's it. This covers all you need to know about how to set up the Git for Unity specifically.